In this video, we'll take a look at the two types of software, application software and system software. Application software allows us to perform specific tasks with our computers. Whether it be word processing, working with spreadsheets, editing a picture, or watching this video, application software allows computers to perform the everyday tasks for which we use them. Microsoft Office, Adobe Photoshop, and Apple iTunes are just a few examples of application software. There's just one catch though. We can't just buy all the hardware for a computer, put it together, and install Microsoft Word. There has to be a middleman between the physical hardware of the computer and the application software we use every day. That middleman is the operating system. System software, like the operating system, is that middleman that allows application software to use the computer's hardware. It consists of the operating system and utility programs like drivers that control a computer system and its hardware. The system software manages access to the computer's hardware and operates it on behalf of the application software. This gives the application software a platform on which to be designed. In the next two videos, we'll focus on different types of operating systems and take a more in-depth look at an operating system called Linux. System software has many different functions that all revolve around allowing the computer to interact with the user. The first and most basic of these functions is enabling the computer to boot. Booting a computer is a more technical term for starting a computer up. The operating system also facilitates the movement of data from storage to memory and vice versa. Remember that storage is long-term non-volatile memory and main memory is short-term volatile memory that holds data for running programs. Operating systems like manage files in the storage memory and manage output to display devices like monitors and speakers. Most importantly, the operating system creates a user interface that allows the user to interface or interact with the computer's hardware. For our purposes, this concept of a user interface will be the most important part of the operating system. Finally, the operating system helps protect your computer from unauthorized access. Remember that operating systems are examples of system software. And while they're not the only type of system software, they're the most important type by far. A few examples of operating systems you may be familiar with are Microsoft Windows, Mac OS X, and Linux. Here you can see a visualization of how application software, system software, and the hardware of your computer interact. At the highest level is the application software. Then below it is the system software. It mainly consists of the operating system, which handles the input and output devices, manages memory, schedules tasks, and makes sure that the application software shares the computer's hardware appropriately. Finally, at the lowest level is the hardware. It consists of all the components of the computer that you can physically touch, like the processor, the memory, and the I/O devices. In the next two videos, we'll take a look at different types of operating systems and go more in depth with Linux. In our Linux server, we have created everyone user accounts. In order to log in, you will need a username and password. Your username is your first initial and last name, all lowercase. We have initially set everyone's password to this. In a later video, we'll show you how to log in and change your password. If you do not make a special request, we will remove your account by August 19th, 2016. Make sure to check the description for the link to the next video.